What is going on, peasants? My name is JB, and I am back here today for my UBL Season 4 draft analysis. This is my fourth attempt at recording it. First two, my webcam audio was way out of sync. Third attempt, I got interrupted by dogs barking at people opening doors at 1 a.m. because dogs. And now here we are on attempt number 4. So hopefully we can get through this one. Anyway. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Otto / the rest of the admin team over at the UBL for giving me this opportunity. I was a replacement for a coach who was unable to participate, and I am well aware that I was probably not the first option, which is fine. I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and I am very much looking forward to playing some Mons and avenging my horrible run in the UBLD league, which was by far my worst performance in any league in Gen 7. So definitely looking to avenge that, and I think we can definitely do it with this team. I think I have a pretty damn good team, if I do say so myself. And yeah, speaking of a pretty damn good team, I want to give a shout out to my front office. Cowpat, Shay, Tony, Mop of Justice, Brendan helped out a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that's everyone except for Dorian. Did I miss anyone? Hold on, I don't want to leave anyone out. Tony, Brendan, Pat, Maj, Shay, yeah. And I left out Dorian on purpose because Dorian was in France and was absolutely no help. So, hey, if you want to join my front office, there's a spot open because Dorian's getting kicked. I'm just kidding. I'm not kicking Dorian, but you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, if you want to join my front office, be sure to comment down below or hit me up on Twitter or Discord or anything. I'm always looking for new members. If you want to just chill and call, hang out, and build some teams and stuff like that, definitely be sure to let me know. And I am, yeah, that's, what else do we need to go over? Oh, yeah, okay. Let's go over the draft rules real quick. As you can see, there were 1,000 points, so Pokemon range from 200 points all the way down to 20, and you have 1,000 points to just draft in Pokemon. You can, obviously, you can spend less than 1,000, but you cannot go over 1,000. So if you want to only spend 600 points, you can only spend 600 points. If you want to spend 990 points, you can spend 990 points. You just can't go over 1,000. The battle rules, no Dynamax, completely banned, just none of it. Everything else is good to go. We are going to be using the chest timer, which is pretty convoluted to set up, but hopefully it's not too bad. I haven't tried it yet as I'm recording this, and I probably should, so that's going to be homework for this weekend for me. So yay, I have homework. So next up, all we really have left to talk about is the draft order and the people who are in my pool. I had the 7th pick out of 8 coaches in my pool. I am in a pool with Poijz. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. It's like the word Poijz, but it's spelled differently. Otto, OPJellicent, Kreselle, who actually made the Arkansas Razorwinds logo, and we actually play her week 1, so that's pretty cool. DrSlaking is a good homie. Frosted, and SilverBeanie, who hosted the draft stream over on his Twitch channel this past whatever day the first was. I'm pretty sure that would be a Saturday? Last Saturday? I think so. I don't know, man. Words are hard. So that's about all we need to talk about. So let's go ahead and get on into the team that we drafted. With our first pick, I was able to get my hands on Mew. Now, Mew is one of the most, if not the single most versatile Pokemon in the format. And for those of you who don't know me, if this is your first time watching me, first off, welcome. Thank you for clicking on my video. But Mew, or versatility in general, is something I go for. That's one of the main things I look for when I'm drafting a team, when I'm drafting a Pokemon. I want Pokemon that can be able to run any sort of set, that can be able to fill any sort of role, and Mew is like the poster child for being able to do that better than anything else. It can literally do anything. Physically offensive, specially offensive, fast, slow, bulky on either side. Mew is a literal, it's a perfect Gloomon, and it can literally fill any role. And I kind of love it for that. So I'm definitely looking forward to using Mew. The one thing that doesn't currently have is reliable recovery. So something I should have mentioned a little bit earlier is, even though Pokemon Home is probably going to come out mid-season, we are not going to be allowed to use any post-home moves at all. So yes, we will not be able to use Roost Mew or Soft Boiled or anything like that. The only recovery we'll really have is Drain Punch and Leech Life. So attacking moves, maybe it's Draining Kiss, I don't know, but I'm not too worried about that. It can still set hazards, still a good stall breaker, less good without Roost obviously, but it can still pretty much fill any role that Mew can fill, and I'm very much looking forward to using it. Now, next up, if you've been watching my channel since Sword and Shield dropped, you know I absolutely love this Pokemon, and I spammed the crap out of it in UU, and that Pokemon is Como. Como is great, is one of the best Pokemon, just period, design-wise. I love Como's design. And I think it's so versatile. Again, like I said, I love versatility when I'm drafting a team. Como is extremely versatile. Having a solid base speed tier, base 85 is pretty good for Gen 8. Great all-around bulk, can be ran both physically and especially defensively, as well as physically and especially offensively. So Como is just another phenomenal mod, gives you another stealth rocker as well as a good speed tier for taunt. It can just run so many moves. Klinger Soul is banned, unfortunately. It's a little bit sad, but I can still, run Cling Scales, Throat Spray if need be. And I can still set up pretty much any way it wants. It can run Autotomize, it can run just Dragon Dance, it can run Sword Sense sets, like bulk up body press or even Iron Defense body press sets are phenomenal. Like, I love Como. It's one of my favorite mons to build with, and I'm very, very, very much looking forward to using it here in Draft League. I haven't used this thing in draft since, like, oh god, if you remember PBL on this channel, I'm pretty sure that's the last time I was able to use Como, and I got at least 1 or 2 6-0 sleeves with Como, so yeah. And that was before Como had close combat even. That was in just regular Sun and Moon, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, listen, I love me some Como. Next up, we have Togekiss. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Togekiss, especially with its pre-home blue set, not having access to Defog or Roost. It's just kind of bad in my opinion. I wanted Sylveon, but that got taken right before me by Frosted, so that's really unfortunate that I did not end up with that. Like I said, I really, really wanted Sylveon on this team, but just, that's a draft league for you. Sometimes you get sniped. What Togekiss does still do, it provides a decent Wish Passer, good flying type, but it's kind of hindered by being slow and not being able to outspeed, like being pretty easy to revenge if you're not running a Scarf set, or, not being able to do just enough damage if you're running a nasty flat set. So it's kind of forced into like an offensive role-ish, sort of, because it doesn't, get that Roost or that defog. It does still get like Wish, so you can run like Wish pass sets, like Sub Wish, Sub Trick, or not Sub Trick, you know what I mean, but like Sub T-Wave, stuff like that. I can still do some support things, but just not having Roost or not having defog makes it kind of a yikes in my opinion. So I would not be surprised if Togekiss does not last very long on this team. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Not the biggest fan of the fit, but went ahead and drafted it anyway. Was that a mistake? Yeah, probably should have thought about that a little bit longer, but I didn't, so sue me. That's my biggest thing, is like I don't think about things like, oh hey, I'm gonna drop that immediately after the draft. I should just not draft it, but then I just draft it anyway and I'll waste my transactions. So hey, maybe I should think a little bit longer. But I'm not that. I'm like the kind of guy who wants to keep the draft moving immediately. It's like, oh, it's my pick. Let me pick as soon as possible, because I don't know. I need to think more when I draft. Basically, next up, I was looking through the steel types on Showdown. I'm like, nope, 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 nope. Aegislash is banned. Nope, 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 nope. Nothing else looks good here. Okay, that's the one. There was the only steel type. This was the only steel type I even remotely thought about for this team. It's the only steel type I really wanted even. So I took it. Maybe early, but like I said, it was the only steel type that I wanted, and I feel like it fit this team really well. It provides great defensive synergy with Como and Mew, and that is the Blade. Granted, like I said, I probably took this thing a little bit early, but I feel like it fits this team so dang well, pairing up with Como and Mew specifically. Como having bulletproof, of course, to take those Shadow Balls, and then also resisting fire, and then Mew just being a Mew. It's Mew. So we do have a nice little Fairy Dragon Steel Core with Togekiss, but like I said, Togekiss may or may not be on this team past week 1, so what you gonna do? But the Blade, very bulky, base 150, physical defense is phenomenal, solid speed F as well, so you can probably invest in that most weeks and be fine, especially with that EVLI. Nice no guard, so you're not missing whatever you want to click. Like, you're not missing your Rock Slide, so that's nice. No guard's a solid ability, but it also is kind of a double-edged sword, meaning your opponents never miss versus you either. It's fine. But this thing having close combat now is phenomenal. Just having that little extra oomph that it didn't previously have with Sacred Sword. Still having Shadow Sneak is phenomenal. And just like a defensive Ghost type. You guys know, or if you do know, that Ghost is such a very potent offensive typing, that having a defensive Ghost isn't bad. Would have liked to have a little bit more of an offensive oomph, but, the Blade can still do its sort of thing. I didn't want to blow my budget too early, so we went ahead and went with the Blade. So next up, I wanted a good Ghost switch and a very, very reliable Ghost switch, and I feel like I got one of the better ones in Drapion. Drapion mainly is just another phenomenal design. So just aesthetically, got two of my top like 10 favorite mons between this and Como. So that's really dope. But Drapion rather, very, very bulky. Battle armor is a great ability, as well as Sniper and Kenai. Kenai less so, but Sniper's good. Good base speed tier. Base 95 gives me something in between Mew and Como just to have. That's always nice. And just another phenomenal offensive move pool. It's a dark type that kept knockoff, which is great. It also has access to toxic, which is great, and also has access to toxic spikes. And it's a great speed tier for taunt as well. I love me some Drapion. It fits his team very well, providing a great just shadow ball switch-in, basically. Just another one on top of bulletproof Como in case I need to run soundproof 1 week for whatever reason. But yeah, can run, you know, agility, sword dance, and dual dance sets. You know, just decent moves all around. Gets like poison jab, knockoff, like I said, earthquake, fang moves. It has a decent move pool. Can do some stuff and some things if you want to run an offensive Drapion. And I like me some Drapion, so definitely expect to see this thing coming more often than not. Next up, I needed a good ground resist and I needed some removal. And Brendan was like, "Yo, you should just take this now." And I'm like, "Yeah, you probably right. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this now." So we went ahead and grabbed Serena. There were the person after me did not have, or already had the grass type, but there were like 3 people above me that already had it, that did not have one. So I wanted to make sure I went ahead and grabbed Serena when I could. Queen Majesty is a great ability, just providing like basically a pocket psychic terrain, just immunity to priority is the word I'm looking for. I am so smart, bro. I am nailing this. Words are my strong suit. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm just a great talker. Probably shouldn't be doing YouTube. Anyway, Serena, like I said, great earthquake switch in, solid enough speed tier base 72, especially copying that that on top of that, coupled with rapid spin. Coupled with this, listen, man, we don't cut here, we don't edit here, we talk through our mistakes. All right. Anyway, base 72 speed coupled with the rapid spin buff, giving that speed boost means you cannot sleep on an offensive Serena. Like Scarf and Bandit Serena was already a threat in Gen 7, so just being able to have that little extra oomph and that nice speed boost while also removing hazards, it's nice. One of the better rapid spinners in my opinion, just because it does appreciate being able to be ran offensively as well. Base 120 attack is nothing to laugh at. Solid defenses of base 98 each. Its HP is a little bit but who cares? It's pretty bulky. Can switch it to the earthquakes. It can, you know, U-turn. Gets another, you know, decent speed tier for taunt. Power whip is very hard hitting. Chop kick as well. Access to high jump kick and play rough for coverage. Very solid mon all around. Wish it still had knockoff, but it doesn't. Still, all in all, pretty good mon, and I think it will put in a good amount of work. Now, next up, I'm so excited for this pick, boys. If you've been around this channel for a while, you know how much this Pokemon means to me and my friends. You know the memes behind this next mon. You already know. We got ourselves a Mudsdale. Oh my gosh. Like, listen. There was a point late in Gen 7 where pretty much everything Yeet Squad related revolved around Mudsdale for like a week, and it was a good week. It was a really good week. Mudsdale is like the best. It's just the best Pokemon ever. It's like, look at it. It's like it's just a horse. It's the best horse ever. I'm gonna just I don't even know, man. I don't know what's happening. I'm just too like distracted by the epicness that is Mudsdale. All right, all jokes aside though, I do really love this Pokemon. I think it is one of the most underrated Pokemon just in Draft League in general. I think it is very good, very slept on. Unfortunately though, people are starting to come around, especially early in Gen 8, with how good Mudsdale really is. You know, its base speed only 35, not very good, but has great bulk all around. Stamina is such a good ability. That coupled with Roar, just allowing it to basically just shut down certain physical setup threats like, you know, Dragon Dancers or Swords Dancers, stuff like that. And then just enough coverage. It gets like just the perfect amount of coverage that it needs. It gets like close combat, heavy slam, earthquake, stuff like that. Like it's a great Pokemon. Good stealth rock setter as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't have toxic right now. That's like the only thing that it doesn't have. And otherwise, this would just be like the perfect ground type. I already think it is like damn near a perfect ground type. And yeah, low kick if that hits something harder than close combat. Like, bro, Mudsdale's great. Mudsdale is phenomenal. Like I'm pumped. Like this is the Pokemon I'm probably most excited to use if you couldn't tell. Next up, we went ahead and grabbed Vaporeon for a couple reasons. One, it gives me a more reliable Wish Passer than Togekiss, so if I need to run offensive Togekiss, I can, which, like I said, probably won't be around very long. But yeah, Vaporeon also gives me a Scald switch in, so it covers Mudsdale a little bit, providing some nice little synergy there. Also, you know, just having a water immunity in general is great for, you know, stuff like Dracovish, because yikes. But yeah, you know, Mudsdale, or Vaporeon rather, very good Pokemon. It doesn't do a lot, but what it does very well. It Wish Passes. It Wish Passes. It doesn't Heal Bell currently, but it Wish Passes. It has like Haze, Ice Beam, yeah, not much to say about Vaporeon's move pool other than that it's a great Wish Passer, and that's a water immunity, Scald switch in. So that's Vaporeon. Not much else to say. Next up, we needed something fast. My fastest Pokemon right now is Mew, so I wanted something above that. And I went ahead and grabbed the Pokemon that provides great utility for just in general, just any team. That is Noivern. Doubles up on a couple of typings, but like I've already alluded to, Togekiss might not be around for the long haul. So I don't mind doubling up on Dragon, because if there's one type you want to double up on, Dragon's probably, you know, towards the top of that list. I'd say along with like Fairy, probably. Like you can double up on Fairy and be fine generally. So yeah, Noivern provides a few things. One, good speed tier, something faster than Mew. I would like to have something in between Noivern and Mew, but beggars can't be choosers. Gen 8's weird in terms of speed tiers, so we'll make do. Another thing, Frisk is the best ability in competitive Pokemon. Do not at me. Just being able to know your opponent's item is so valuable. Infiltrator is also a very good ability, obviously. So yeah, Noivern is just great. It provides, you know, defog support for the team. A flying type actually has that, so if we just want to slap some boots on, run like a defog taunt set with like U-turn and Draco, that's a valuable set. You can still run like Boom Burst, DrSlaking sets. Like, bro, Noivern is great. If this thing got Punk Rock, bro, oh my god, it would be so good. But yeah, you know, U-turn, nice. Move to have, just very fast pivot, can just be really annoying, or can, you know, just do a lot of damage in certain matchups. So yeah, very versatile Pokemon, provides a lot of team support, and I'm very much looking forward to using it. And then last but certainly not least, this Pokemon is so underpriced. And like, I've done 3 like big Wi-Fi drafts so far, and in all 3 of them, this Pokemon has been way too undervalued, and I've thought about drafting it in all 3. I only pulled the trigger. Well, I have it in PTL, but that's a free draft, so that doesn't really count. I've thought about drafting it in all 3 of those other drafts, though, and this is the one where I went ahead and actually grabbed it. So for 60 points, and my last pick, I grabbed Vanillix. Bro, like, people are sleeping on Vanillix. Like, yeah, it's bad, like, in terms of move pool, but it gets Aurora Veil, and it has base 110 special attack plus Snow Warning. So base 110 Blizzards, have fun switching into that. That coupled with Aurora Veil plus my, you know, decent amount of setup between, you know, Mew, Komao, Togekiss, Deblade, or Drapion even potentially. Like, I feel like just that in itself is invaluable to this team. And yeah, Vanillix is great. Autotomize, just freeze dry sets are phenomenal. Like, Vanillix is a great Pokemon, and I'm very, very excited to show people that this thing probably needs to be moved up. At least, you know, I think it's a 100-point Pokemon personally. I think it's as valuable as, you know, any other Pokemon in that tier. So, hey, you know, if I can steal Vanillix before it gets moved up, I'm going to try to steal Vanillix before it gets moved up. But that is going to be my team for this season of the UBL. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think is going to be my kill leader or my MVP. What Pokemon you think will come to the most games. Spoiler alert, it's not going to be Togekiss. But yeah, that's about going to do it for me, guys. Like I said in the beginning, shout out to Otto and whoever else went to the decision, whoever else had input on the decision to invite me. I'm very grateful. And I will see you guys all for my week 1 battle, which will be against Kreselle, which will go up, I believe, on the 12th or the 9th. I'm not mistaken. It's one of the two. I think battles are due on the 9th, and they upload the, you know what? I'm just gonna check. So I want this to be correct for you guys. I can look at this stuff. Yep, it'll be up on the 12th, so 1 week from today. I should have figured that, but hey, you know, you never know, man. Listen, dates are like weird and stuff, so hey, you know, it's fine. So yeah, with that, my name is JB. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all a week from today. Peace.